Hi, I'm Hacksaw. Today we're going to be looking at my song Nara in collaboration with Beta Desk, released like a month, 2 months, like 2 months ago, probably a bit more than that, as an early single from my album Rain Season, which is out now. Please go stream Rain Season. I really like it, and I think you will too. And stream the fucking album. Basically, this is a song. This is not the main FLP. This is a song I made with Beta Desk. And this is the FLP that Beta Desk sent me. For the actual collab. These are all melodies that I guess you made a while ago, and we don't need these ones, of course, because they weren't used. But this is the original melody and chords of the collab that I started the collab from. As you might have noticed, these are not in triplet. Okay, they're kind of in triplet. There's a triplet and then a not triplet. But the main idea is in not triplets, as you can see here. And then the actual song ended up being in triplets. I changed that after making most of the intro, as I decided it would flow better, and it did. I really like how it flows now. I'm going to reopen the actual FLP of the song now and show you that. So give me a second. There'll be a cut. Okay, so this is the main FLP of the final song Nara. I'll play a bit of the intro here. Enjoy the OBS distortion, I guess. That is the introduction of the song. I'll go through everything, I guess, top to bottom. So of course this is what was originally the chords that Beta Desk sent. They were changed fully into triplets, but it's the same stuff. And it's on a flex preset because we love flex, which is a chill guitar preset. If you hold it, it actually has a pad. You can turn it on and off, I guess, with this slider. But focused on atmosphere a lot in this track, so I left the pad on, as well as a lot of other elements. After 4 bars, this click comes in. You might notice that this Let me quickly just switch to triplet so I can actually see everything on grid. This rhythm uses nested tuplet, which is like a small rhythm of like a 2 within a triplet rhythm or something like that. Obviously don't quote me on it, there's many good YouTube videos you can find on that. This is just a snap on the beat just to set like a marching sort of tempo or rhythm. Literally nothing on this. Probably should have cut low end, but if you want to hear me rant about low end for about 15 minutes, then watch my previous tutorial on how I made blind spots. Here is the main sort of melody or chords backing for the intro. This is the shamisen from Flex. Playing the bass line. However, I added a pretty weird and wonky pitch bend to it, so it sounds more interesting. I really love the sort of clicky texture it has. This is the bass for the low end purposes. And here I took a sample, chopped it up really weirdly, and pitched it. So we have like another sample playing the same melody as this. So it's got this in the background. And it might have some slightly like weird or off-key textures to it due to the fact that I think it's a sample in a different key that I pitched around really weirdly. So they're barely noticeable. But they're there. You can kind of hear that just tiny little bits slightly off in the background. There's this, which is another sample. If I just take off the reverb, I'll play this sample. So you can hear at the end there's that little bit that's here. And with the reverb and the atmosphere and all that stuff like this. Lovely. And then on the second bar out of 4, there's this. For another background layer. This is a pad that Betadesk sent me. Sent me some stems otherwise. And it has some little overtones here. Love that little bit at the end. That really adds to the atmosphere, I think, of the intro and the bridge. I really like it. I did skip this, but there's this. This is really cool. This is a snap. Sorry, but with really weird processing on it. This is a kilohertz resonator. This is what that sounds like. If I take everything else off. If I take this off. With a large mix, like a very wet effect on it. Playing C, tracks in C. And it's got a really unique, I think, and really weird sound. So like a little background element. There's a delay on it. A reverb. And it filters in. There's also this. Some more chords. And that's it for the intro. Or the first half of the intro, rather. There's a kick that plays in the second half. There's this snare drop pitching in. Just in the background to add a little bit of like progression, leads into the build up, obviously. But the real like sort of star of the show in the intro is this. This is the melody from earlier that Betadesk sent, and this is really great. Honestly, I changed it to triplets, but not a huge change. But this melody is just really great. I think it adds loads of character and feeling to the track, and it's just really great in general. So huge thanks for Betadesk again for writing this. And I love the lead this is on as well. It's a flex thing. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I must have left the delay on, but it's on it's not in triplet, so the delay's off, but you just can't hear it. That's strange, that's an oversight. I mean, I guess I wrote the intro in 1/8 notes, so it didn't sound off at all when I was writing it. Not 1/8 notes, but like, you know, not triplets. That's basically all the changes to the second half of the intro, and then we move into this build section, which I'll play. The build section is like the intro but simplified. Still has this, but it only plays the one chord for some like tension, repetition, you know. This repeats. I don't know why the section has gone from that in the second half. Kick plays more rapidly, and then it slows down towards the second half. There's a build snare. The triplet. And then another like drop roll, it's like another tablet. This bit's really weird because it's a triplet, but each one in the triplet has 2 snares in it, so it's lots of 2 in a lot of. I don't know, this doesn't make sense. But it's really cool. It's lots of 2 in a lots of 3 track, and there's no other metric or like rhythmic elements really. They're all kind of too reverb to tell. So the only defining like meter in this tiny like this 1 bar is really kind of just wonky, and it's pretty strange. I really like it. Like if I just did this, right? I just did this with the build snare. No, did this with the build snare. That's very easy to follow, I think, and this is just a lot more confusing. I think that's kind of cool, to be honest, and it makes the drops seem even more like resolving to the build, I guess, than if the build was just really like predictable and then it led into the drop. The drop, I mean, the build kind of just like messes with you a tiny bit, and then it, you know, pays off with this little fill here as well. This is the triplet. I turned off the side chain just so I can make everything that has like a reverb tail completely silent for this one fill. It's just some perks. Yeah. And then we go into the drop, which I'll play now. We'll move on to the second half of the drop later because it's very different. But for now, I'm going to go through the drums. Kick drum, same as in the intro. Lovely snare, I really like the snare. Really weird as hell. It's just, oh man. That's probably my favourite snare on the album. I don't really know I have such strong opinions on snares, but I do. Hi-hat. This. From the intro. This. Just the hi-hat. And this thing. I just took the shamisen, the clicky element of it, and turned down the decay load, so it's just the clicky bit and nothing else, and used it as like a backing layer for the hi-hats. So in total, all the percussion, or the hats and the top percussion sounds like this. And then with the kick and snare. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Then you want to get. I mean, yeah, no. So I added a bass. This goes up an octave on the A because A3 is really just too low for it anyway. Sounds like shit. And it's really weird as well. This is a pitch bend, and there's also a volume automation even. Yeah, it really just kind of does its own thing. It's pretty weird and plays into the track pretty well, I think. Obviously, that's going to sound way louder than it actually is. Because of OBS Studio. Fucking hate OBS Studio. It makes everything, like, way more distorted and probably makes this entire track sound like shit. But listen to the track without distortion. Out now. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, all good streaming platforms. Yeah, go listen. Wow. Do we have the background elements? Just for a bit of atmosphere or background sound in the drop. This. Just for background sound. And here we move on to the main lead, the main drop force, the main, like, driving element of the drop, the melodicness. And it's weird as hell. Check this out. Oh. Oh, I think I accidentally... I left that in the chord pattern. My bad. Let's hear it without processing. Sounds horrible. So basically, let's look at this. This, first of all, is a saw chord. I'll show you the processing one by one. It automates in volume in this pattern that I made. So first of all, I have a Serum FX. Oh wait, I'll show you the actual patch, right? Saw chord patch. I turned up the hyper dimensions so I like how it sort of washes out the sound. It like gives it a really sort of weird texture. And then I added another one in post-processing. So that's weird as hell already. Shut up! Shut up! What? Well, I wasn't pressing anything. Then we have a reverb. Reverb filter rather, not just a reverb, which is a different thing. Which kind of washes out the sound even more, makes the sound even more fake, I like the term. Fake. And there's a compressor on it, just for loudness. OGT. Yeah. Now there's a filter automation on it, which gives it the weird sort of wonky sound. Flanger on it, because I wanted it to just sound as wacky as possible, basically. But it automates as well. Depth goes down. There's another flanger. Doing its own thing. 0.31250 hertz apparently. Reverb automation. Fill the space in the little pauses. Camel Crusher, because it just, on the British Playing preset, it was quiet as hell. Now it's hot. EQ2. Low end. We don't have that. That's a really nasty end on it. Filter. That's just the filter in the this, I think, during the... I don't think I actually used that second filter in the end. And then a wave shaper to make it more loud and saturated, because it wasn't. And it sits in pretty nicely. And I also layered the saw wave with a flute. More weird stuff. It's automating volume, however, so... I mean, it does the filter automation, though. Why doesn't it do the filter automation? What have I done? Oh, right, I clicked solo, so it turned off the filter automation. Alright, second half of the drop. Let's hear it. Yeah. Let's check out the drums. I changed the snare. There's two snares, actually. There's this one. Another really weird sort of hollow sounding one. And then this trap snare. And this weird kick thing. And then this other kick thing that I love to do, you'll hear in a lot of my tracks. Towards the second half of the drop, usually. Don't know what this is. It's just a little extra kick. Spiciness. Nice. Nothing really changes up except the main sort of chord leads taken out. Replaced with this. Big up Stella, or CXLX, don't really know how I'm supposed to say it, showing me the serum preset in the default presets, wherever it is. There is a clap in this project called Among Us. Ignore that. So yeah, we do have this as a trance sort of bass preset. I feel like Sella's used it before and showed me it. So that's nice, thank you, Sella. This comes back. Wasn't there before. And the lead is back. On this lovely flex lead, like evolving sort of synthy sound. And it ends differently as well. Great. So that's really about it. So we move to the midsection, which is really just other elements that I showed earlier. Except this is in there now. Thank you, Beta Desk, for that, obviously. The pad's back. And then there's this little drum section with this other kick. This snare, little clap, Among Us. And this other clap's introduced. and we go into a second build-up. And the only real difference from here on out is the fake out, which really is just a reverb on the drop chord. But it has a sidechain, like a fruity balance automation on it. Wait, that's on the sidechain channel, I just realized. So if I actually re-add everything, then it'll do it to everything. That's kind of cool, wait. You can't hear it, but that is kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, so it's on the sidechain channel, and it's it's an LFO volume automation getting faster. Oh, right. That does that, and there's a white noise into the drop, just for some transition. Yeah, that's the fake out. Really not that hard. If you want me to explain the LFO automation in depth, look at my blind spots tutorial. It's basically just the main thing behind all of the track. That's kind of how the drop works in that track. So yeah, I'm just gonna show the what I did to the outro. This is just the second half of the drop, really edited. Oh, by the way, the in the second half of the second drop, the chord lead still is in, but it's just filtered. You have this filter on it, so it's in the background, really. And then just the snare pattern just gets more and more weird. I mean, like, gets more and more intermittent. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna end the video here because I don't want to be recording too long and my lunch is getting cold. So I'm gonna end the video. Stream Rain Season, please. I'll put link in the description for basically just all of the places you can stream it. And I'd really just love if you could listen to it. Let me know what you think. I spent like 7 months on it. It's my favorite thing I've ever made. I say that a lot, but it is. So yeah, check it out, especially this track. This is one of my favorite tracks on the album. And thank you, Beta Desk, again for your amazing ideas that led to the creation of this track and like background additions, all that kind of thing. It's really fun working with you. So yeah, see you.